It's 8 o'clock on your Friday morning. We're tracking breaking news overnight. Spokane police have confirmed a small pipe bomb was found outside of Sacred Heart. A bomb squad was called to the hospital last night. We're going to go right to the scene right now where Nicole Hernandez joins us live with new details on what we have learned from investigators this morning. Good morning, Nicole.
Good morning, Joshua. So this morning, Spokane police were able to tell us that they did figure out exactly what that device was that was placed here yesterday evening. Spokane police told us that it was a pipe bomb that was outside of Sacred Heart's emergency waiting room. Police say it could have injured a person if it went off close to them, but based on the size and the type of the explosive, the hospital building and anyone inside were not actually in any danger. And police really wanted to emphasize that. They were called out to the hospital last night around 7. According to the Spokane Police Department, someone notified hospital security of the device outside the emergency room entrance. When police got there, they described that as a cylindrical and small enough to be handheld device. Because it was so small, they did not evacuate the hospital, and the ER really was not significantly impacted. They did divert patients and staff to other entrances, and some ambulances were sent to other hospitals, but otherwise everything operated as normal. Police did block off a few roads directly around the hospital just for a little bit. Now this morning, police are working to figure out exactly who it was that built and placed that pipe bomb outside of Sacred Heart here. But for now, this morning, you can see the hospital is back up and running and operating smoothly. Live near Sacred Heart, I'm Nicole Hernandez.
Thank you, Nicole. And of course, we will keep you updated right here on Up with KREM, as well as KREM.com and our KREM 2 mobile app with the latest involving this story and the ongoing investigation. All right, let's take a look outside. Finally, Friday forecast with Evan Narani. Evan, I am a fan of the cooler weather, as you know, so I wasn't a fan of the earlier days this week. Am I going to be happier today?
I think so.
Okay.
I mean, right now it's just partial cloud cover. I usually have the sun blaring in my eyes by 8 a.m. where I have to kind of squint and turn this way. Today we have a decent amount of cloud cover blocking that view of the sun, but still letting plenty of light in. Temperatures already in the upper 60s as we kick off the morning. Let's take a look at what we have as far as your weekend forecast goes. 81 for your Saturday and 88 for your Sunday. Going to have quite a warm up that takes place from Saturday into Sunday as this cold front clears its way out. But it's coming tonight and it's going to knock our temperatures down into Saturday at least, giving us a little bit of relief from the heat for your Saturday. Temperatures bounce back as we head into your Sunday. Let's take a look at satellite radar. We've got a few showers that are jumping across the northern mountains. Doesn't seem like they're affecting much of the region, but they are bringing some light activity across those northern mountains. What we see for the next 12 hours or so is a continuous warm up into the upper 80s. 89 is that forecast high for us here in Spokane. A breeze that comes through with that cold front. So notice that those wind speeds, those sustained speeds, are going to jump into the double digits for especially about 4 to 6 p.m. That's where fire danger is going to be especially high. And then we'll start to see those temperatures drop back down overnight. Winds are going to continue to stay breezy in the nighttime hours, and we'll have calmer weather into the weekend and next week. Joshua, back over to you.
Thank you, Evan. We are also tracking additional breaking news overnight. Crews responded to a fire at a Spokane Valley apartment complex early this morning. They responded to the University Apartments on 3rd Avenue around 3 o'clock this morning. And according to firefighters, a garage not attached to the homes was on fire. They were able to put it out in about 5 minutes. No injuries were reported, and crews are still investigating what sparked it this morning. Coming up on 8:04, time now for your morning rush. More news in less time. Washington is now officially applying for unemployment assistance from the federal government. That's the extra $300 a week that'll go straight to jobless workers here in our state. Washington will apply for the Lost Wages Assistance Program through FEMA. If approved, the unemployment office will be able to provide benefits for up to 3 weeks for those who have lost work due to COVID-19. It's unclear how soon unemployed workers will get that money. A missing woman in Sandpoint has been found after being lost for 6 days. A motorcyclist found KREM walking on state lands in the woods above Mirror Lake. She was with her dog in poor health and was transported to the Bonner General Hospital. She's now safe with her family, and Kiana says that she walked away from her parked car in the Tallahatchie-Sagal area and became lost and disoriented. A man has been arrested in Seattle for murdering 2 people. We first brought you this story back in June when a group of teens were making a TikTok video and found 2 bodies. The victims have been identified as Jessica Lewis and Austin Wenner. Both died of gunshot wounds and were ruled as homicides. Court documents indicate the suspects and victims knew each other and they got into a dispute over rent money. A judge found probable cause and then set bail at $5 million. That's your Morning Rush. More news in less time. Let us know what's happening in your neighborhood by using the hashtag #UpWithKREM on social media. Time to take a look at what's trending today as Airbnb has now banned house parties worldwide. So a lot of Airbnbs already do have rules about parties from the hosts. The San Francisco-based company reports nearly 75% of its listings already explicitly ban parties. We did talk to a local Airbnb superhost, and he shared why he doesn't allow parties at any of his listings.
It's very rare for especially young people nowadays to respect things that aren't theirs and that they didn't work for. And, you know, the lack of respect, and especially when people are partying, that's my main thing. And my neighborhood, and that is my home, you know, and those neighbors are my friends. And the last thing I want is for them to be disrupted because of something that I'm directly responsible.
Now the company is limiting rental homes capacity to 16, and legal action could be taken against guests and hosts who violate the ban. Acceptance might be offered for boutique hotels or other unique venues. And just last week, for the first time, Airbnb took legal action against a guest who held an unauthorized party in Sacramento County, California. Evan, I think it's less a matter of like young people and more a matter of a lot of young people might increase that risk. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that.
I mean, and I understand the sentiment of young people have kind of been the ones who are leading the spread right now of COVID, so it makes sense. But I also don't think it's quite right to say that all young people or most young people don't care about other people's belongings and that kind of stuff. I think it's more that small number of young people that are abusing it are ruining it for everyone. So it is a time where I guess everyone needs to be attentive to it and make sure that they're taking the proper precautions. So I guess it makes sense that he is just kind of trying to lead that charge.
Well, you and I have both said that we've gotten Airbnbs individually before, and I personally feel like when I go into one, I'm almost afraid to touch anything because it's not my home. Exactly,
I know. So that's the thing is, as a young person, I would say that that's still the sentiment. Like, you know, we're not looking to go in and ruin things, but also with big homes that can accommodate a dozen people, well, then you're kind of getting what you asked for if it can accommodate that many people and you're going to have a large crowd.
Yeah, but of course this story does make me think once those restrictions are gone, we got to go to a mansion and fill that.
Exactly, that's what our plan is right now.
Love it. All right, of course, when these restrictions are lifted. All right, 8:07 now. American Airlines is suspending some of the services to parts of the country where you need to know if you're planning to fly out east in the next couple of months.
And here's the view outside. We've got partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies in some spots, tracking a few showers along the way too. We'll talk about what your Friday forecast and your weekend forecast looks like after this.
At Wendell, you are respected, you are valued, and we have an experience tailored to fit your lifestyle.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Gina.
And we bought 3 cars from Wendell Motors. Throughout the day, I just kind of would get updates, texts, phone calls, and I was actually really impressed with how my wife was taken care of.
People should shop at Wendell because they make you feel like family.
For your tailored experience, come see us at Wendell at the Y or Wendell.com.
It's the 610 woke up like this migraine medicine. It's called Ubrelvy, the migraine medicine for anytime, anywhere migraine strikes without worrying if it's too late or where you happen to be. One dose of Ubrelvy can quickly stop a migraine in its tracks within 2 hours. Many had pain relief in 1 hour. Do not take with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Few people had side effects. Most common were nausea and tiredness. Ask about Ubrelvy, the anytime, anywhere migraine medicine.
Every season is the best season at Tri-State Outfitters. Come discover our supreme selection of world-class gear, clothing, and footwear, chosen with the Northwest in mind, and presented with helpful, knowledgeable service. Indulge your passion for the outdoors thanks to our best price guarantee with options for every budget. Enhance your adventures with our rental and demo gear. There's always something in season at Tri-State Outfitters.